All right, y'all. So I'm back again um with another interview, right? So, if you tuned in yesterday. Now don't be expecting no interviews every day. Now I'm not gonna be doing all that because y'all know I'm an elder. I gotta sleep. I gotta rest. So don't be expecting no interviews every day. But I decided to give y'all some, what I'm saying, give y'all some back to back this round. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all once again tuning in. Also dope. Thank y'all for following me on all the social media platforms. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the love from the interview last night. Like y'all was calling me and being all motivational and all that kind of stuff. You know what friends do or whatever. So don't forget, um interviews is on YouTube, it's on Facebook. Y'all follow me on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, all that good stuff. Don't forget, I'm on everything. So I might be on a couple more platforms. We'll wait and see how that go, you know what I'm saying? So then also don't forget every Wednesday, me, my boy Munchie, DJ, we are on KHAM Radio, www.khamradio.com every Wednesday, 7:30. So today is Tuesday. So tomorrow that means y'all need to tune in, KHAM Radio with the crew, because we just be going in on everything. So definitely appreciate y'all on it. So who I'm about to interview now, I really like. I don't know. I hope y'all looking forward to this. This is one of my comedic friends, by the way. He's actually a comedic genius. Like this boy does like I call this my young tender right here. This is my young tender. This boy right here does everything. I'm actually really excited. See, yeah, I go out the way for this dude. Like it's y'all know it's past my bedtime, so I go out the way for this cat right here. Like it's my young tender right here. So y'all, I'm gonna give y'all one hot minute to get ready for this interview, and then we going in with it. So let's get it. Y'all, I
Uh,
have I have the Mark Pugh.
yeah, that's crazy. What's happening? Doing? Talking about some young tender.
What is going on, my friend, my young tender?
Man, the fucking feet hurt. We down here in Austin, trying to hit some open mics and shit. And I'm tired of walking.
I understand.
Yeah,
I completely understand. So, uh, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
I'm insane. I do too many things. Uh, trying to figure it out, bro. I don't know. I've been drawing since I could pick up a pencil, and that shit turned into. I think that shit turned into music, and then music turned into comedy, and I do all of that shit. Graphic design, uh, running from uh, running from child support, all that shit.
Running from child support, boy, you wild. Well, you
Yeah,
wild. Yeah,
man.
and y'all, it's very true. This boy does. This boy really does everything. So I think when I first heard about you, it was some years ago, probably. I
Yeah,
think it was comedy first, and
probably so.
then
It's
music.
probably music.
You think it was
Probably
music
music.
first?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I
I
think
can't
so. I was
remember.
really into heavy music by probably by Well, I started about 10 years ago, but I think I was real big about 7 years ago, and then like 6 years ago, that's when I really started to take comedy serious.
Okay.
Kind of like,
Okay.
yeah,
And then you also do graphics.
right, yeah, graphic design,
How
and,
did you get into the
video.
graphics?
I got a MacBook for Christmas or my birthday or something. And then I had a homie who had all that stuff, and he gave me a legal version of Photoshop, and I just kind of
Mm-hmm.
like taught myself how to use that. And then I got real into because I was a big fan of like Pharrell. And, he had a clothing line called Ice Cream, and I
Mm-hmm.
liked the way that stuff looked, but I never knew how to do it. So I tried to teach myself how to do it, and found out about bait. I was like, how do they make their designs look so crisp? So I just did a bunch of research and I found out what software they use. So I kind of just pretty much everything I do, I'm self-taught. I just get interested in some shit and then I'm like, yeah, I gotta figure this out. I don't know, I'm crazy like that.
I
I'm like,
believe you. But look, hey, when it's self is your craft means more to you when it's self-taught.
definitely, yeah, yeah, for sure. I just it's a love for I got a love for stuff. Like I like fonts, like the way words look. Like if I see a flyer and they didn't use the right words, it bothers me a little bit. I'm like OCD with that shit. I
No,
almost killed myself right there.
I get it. Trust me. When I see being that I do graphic design and stuff like that, when I see people flyers and it's off, I'm like, oh my God, who chose that font? Who took the
What are you doing?
picture? Who arranged it like that?
Yeah, baby shower flower with Comic Sans. I'm like, nigga, what you doing?
Yeah, yeah. So I most definitely understand. So out of all of the things that you do, from the music, which you make good music as well. So between the music, the graphics, and comedy, what's your favorite?
It's so hard to say. If I had to say anything, it'd probably be the comedy.
Okay,
Cause
and why?
I just, when I get on stage, I went through a period, like I think it was 2 years ago. I had sold my house to do this shit. I sold my house to move, but I didn't end up moving, couldn't move because some shit came up. But so I basically like couch surfing for like 8 months on my homie mama couch. And I ain't had no haircut. I was just I was damn near wearing the same 5 outfits every week, but I was
Mm-hmm.
just thugging with the shit. But like I was going through a lot of depression, but every time I hit the stage, like I just felt different.
Yeah.
All the problems went away. Like as soon as I hit this, I'll be nervous before I get on stage, but as soon as I hit it, like something else take over. Not to sound like cliche or weird or nothing, but that's legit how I be feeling. So
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. So comedy help you deal with your depression.
for sure, it helped me deal with just like life in general. Cause life is trash. I be feeling like it's so crazy, but once I get once I get that mic in my hand, like it's different. I feel like everything gonna be cool. It sounds like
Okay.
some Dr. Phil shit, but
No, I get it. So tell me about your first comedy show.
my first one, when I was in the 4th grade for a talent show, I seen Eddie Murphy Delirious for the first time because I love his movies and shit. And we went to Hollywood Video when it was over there by the Super One, and we
Mhm.
used to go there all the time. My people used to take me there all the time, and I was used to seeing Eddie Murphy movies, but I never seen him stand up. So when I watched it, that was kind of like a turning point because I used to love like Sinbad when I was little, but I didn't really
Mhm.
understand. I just saw a man on stage being funny, but it didn't really click until I saw Delirious, and then it was time for the talent show in my school, and I was like, I want to do comedy. So I had like practiced 3 jokes, and then I forgot the last joke when I was on stage, and I just made some up on the spot, and it killed. And then ever since then, I felt like I had to do it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
no, I appreciate it.
okay. So what made you move to Austin, Texas?
I wanted to get out of here 3 years ago because a lot of the podcasts I listen to, the comedians I listen to that have podcasts, I started to notice that they were all moving down here one by one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna try to move to Austin or LA. I mean, not Austin or LA, New York or LA. But I really wanted to go to New York because that's like where I feel like the comedy nerds are. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
get out in that environment. But then I started to hear about Austin, and I saw how much Dave Chappelle was coming out here, and Tom Segura planning to move down here. So I was like, something awesome about to happen. Then I heard about Joe. He was about to open up a club. So like, now I need to get here before everybody moves and just try to better my craft and get rub shoulders with the people that do it for real. And
Mm-hmm.
it took me 3 years, but that's why I came out. The mission never changed. It's 11,000 comedians out here now, but it's still cool. So that's why I came out here.
I was like, how do you like it so far?
I hated it when I first got out here because I'm used to people in the audience, and I got out
Mhm.
here and it was just like it seemed like every open mic was just like seven niggas that tell jokes and that's it. And you don't want to tell jokes in front of comedians and that's it. Because every comedian think they shit is better than yours, so they're not
Mhm.
gonna laugh with you. Well, most of them not. You got some arrogant comedians that's like, oh, my stuff is smarter and I don't like silly jokes. So it's like, bro, whatever your style of comedy is, you got an audience. Whether you're smart, you tell pussy jokes, you tell knock knock jokes, it don't matter. If somebody don't listen, you can find your audience. But some people are like pretentious about the shit. So I didn't like that. But then as I kept going, I started to find mics that I liked. There's people there. So it got real better. And then I got a homie, Jordan J. He's been making a lot of moves out here. He got me on a show with a couple of guys that been doing the Kill Tony show. So that was like my first big show out here. And that was my second week being out here. So I was like, that felt good, but I wanted to see what I can do like without somebody just being like, hey, put this man on the show. But it's been going better.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, where does your because you wild. You
Yeah.
that's the only way. That's the I don't even know. Like I honestly I have absolutely like no like you are so talented at
Thank you.
everything you do. I absolutely have no words to describe you, or I have no words to describe you. I have no category to put you in like at all. Like
That means a lot because I agree. I don't know what to say about myself either, and I feel bad because I'm not funny in interviews. I'm funny on stage. So like, even when I started doing comedy, niggas would be like, "Mark ain't funny," but then like it takes so much for people to believe that shit because it's like they expect every comedian to be a clown 24/7. You dig what I'm
right.
saying? So if they experience like your real life, they're like, "Well, this make me feel bad. You depressed. I don't like this. Say something funny." But
Mhm.
like I had to do a lot to prove myself, and I'm actually proud of myself. But I don't know how to describe it. I am crazy.
It's
I
hell. Yeah.
lost my mind. Like, it's
So
fun though.
so
I went
where does your inspiration or your motivation, like where does that come from?
inspiration. I would have to say I love the art form because you're able to be as honest and open as you want to be and
Mhm.
still have fun with it. Like one thing, like one of my favorite comedians, Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle, they both had this thing where they can be as raw and filthy as they want to be, but then also you can leave with some truth. Way more so than Eddie when it comes to that. Eddie's just wild, but
Mhm.
you feel like when you watch somebody like Dave, you can. It's cliche to say that shit, but like you really do, you can learn a lot from him, and he's
Mhm.
real good at giving his perspective without giving his perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be able to do shit like that. That's what kind of like inspires me to do this. But there's other people like Vincent Bryant. Really, one big inspiration is doing this as well and better as I do it allows you to meet people that you would have never met before, that you look up to. And that's one of the best things to me about it, besides doing it, is I've worked with people that I used to watch on TV,
Right.
and that shit still blows my mind. Cause I don't think I'm like I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm the funniest person. Like, nah, I know I'm funny, but it's it's crazy how many doors this shit opens. You know what I'm saying? I think another thing that life also too, just to be able to, I can't afford therapy, so I just go on stage and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
being a young black man is all the motivation
Okay.
I need.
Gotcha. Okay. So um I just saw a post recently that you posted. I don't know if I can't remember if I saw it on Facebook or Instagram, whichever one I what was the post? Because I said you made my eyes sweat with it. What was
Oh,
it?
it's probably on Facebook. I don't remember what it was though. I did talk so much shit on there. I be forgetting like people, grandmas is friends with me on there. I don't know.
You made my eyes sweat. I forgot, and I can't even ask the question because I forgot what it was about. But you made my eyes sweat with one of the posts. Because sometimes you get so deep, you get so deep with your comedy and your questions
Yeah.
sometimes, and it just because I done been there, done that. It just kind of cut my soul right up in this. It kind of
But
cut
that's
my
some
soul
funny
right up
shit
in
to
this
say.
area right here. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
make my eyes sweat is hilarious.
make my eyes
That's an
make my
honor.
eyes sweat a little bit. But I didn't ask you. Matter of fact, you just recently started a new company, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Tell us about
Uh,
that.
so I'm trying to do. I've been doing it for a while. I just didn't really have like a company now. I was just doing it freelance. But basically, what we're doing is, I had always had these ideas and business ideas, and I try to start businesses, but then like they would stay stagnant because you need funding and time. And if you're trying to do 10 different things, you don't have enough time for them all to go anywhere. So I realized the missing piece I needed was instead of trying to start them was to create a concept and try to sell them. So I'm trying to focus on packaging up these ideas I have and finding people that want to run businesses but don't have any ideas for them or just want to put some money into something and
Mhm.
sell them to them for either a percentage of their profits or just buy them out completely. And also social media marketing because like I said, graphic design work and different kind of social media marketing. I do that for myself already, and I do that for myself already, and a few other clients I have, a few comedians and shit. So that's kind of what we're focusing on, basically.
And what is the name of that company again?
And and
How did you come up with that name? It's real like simple because everything like I've noticed like when you come up with the name, like everything is simple to the point. Bam.
I'm really in love with like minimal design. I like the complexity of finding beauty in simple things, and it's way harder than people think. Because it's like, oh, we just do something, but it's like even with design, even if it's a very minimal design, it takes work to get there, to deconstruct something and to just make it more functional. But I was trying to think of something um, that fits what how my brain works because I'm always like, and I do this, and I do this, and so it's like
Mhm.
that's kind of where it come from. And then also I kind of took something from Apple, like the reason why the name is Apple. So it's like one of the first things you find. Like if you got a list of companies, Apple will be at the top for a marketing thing because it starts with an A. So I tried to find something like two, so it just worked. I'm insane. So a little retarded.
Yo, my God.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, that's dope. That's dope. So to everybody who just coming in or popping on, I got Theeee.
Oh shit.
I got the Mark Pugh.
Thank you.
Um, he's in Austin, Texas, walking the streets right now.
Yeah.
But hey,
Trying,
this is how interviews go sometimes.
yeah. I'm sorry about that shit too. I'm here on the streets and shit.
No, look, no biggie. Look, we busy people. That's why I tell people. That's why sometimes I don't announce when I have the interviews because I'm trying to get people that's schedule just as busy as mine. So
For sure.
you know
Come
what I'm
together,
saying?
make
We gotta link up. We just gotta link up when we link up. So if anybody has any other questions for Mark, please go ahead and put them in the comment section so we can get some answers for you. So
it.
my next question is, where do you see yourself in a few years? Like, where do you see
Yeah.
yourself going? Where do you see yourself going with all the things that you do? Where you see yourself going?
I'm really trying to deconstruct from doing so many things. I'd rather get into a position where I can delegate as far as like the graphic design and shit. I got a bunch of homies that do the same shit I do. So
Mhm.
I'd rather be able to just bring the business and delegate it to them so we both make paper. Because I'm really just trying to focus on comedy like full time. Like I don't, because my mind, like I get attached to shit and I want to do this and that. So I'd rather just have one focus. Because that's how I got so much better faster with the comedy shit. Because I put everything else on the back end and started focusing more on that. And it's taken me a lot farther than I would have got trying to do everything at the same time. So in the next few years, my plan is to be on constant tour dates wherever I can. You know what I'm saying? Any stage I can hit. I don't really want to be famous for vanity reasons. It makes it easier to get money is people know who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people know who I am. They're willing to come out to a show. And I like to try to make every experience as different as possible. I don't want to try to say the same jokes all the time, even though that's what comedy is. Sometimes you're saying the same shit to different people. But I just like to have fun when I go on stage. So if I can consistently get paid with that shit, I'm cool.
Yeah, see, I don't like hearing the same jokes out. That's me.
It's hard to
I don't like hearing the same. That kind of puts a frown on my face a little bit. So that's why when I used to be on the stage heavily, like I always came with something different. Like I never like first of all, I don't even write jokes, so I probably don't even remember what I said the last time I was on. If I was on stage, I don't even remember what I said because I don't write jokes. Like I get on stage and go for it if I'm on
for
the
sure.
mic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but when I hear the same jokes, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
and
A
they
lot of
then
people.
they don't deliver it differently. I'm like,
Yeah.
ah,
Some
yeah,
people just reading a sheet of paper.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying
And then once you get it, like, because I tell people, once you get into once you get into comedy, you look at comedy different. So it's like now when I look at like comedy movies or people stand up, I don't laugh because I be looking for other stuff. So I'm looking
right.
for the jokes, I'm looking at the delivery, I'm listening to the punchlines. It's like a whole
Yeah.
new ball game when you really get into comedy. You look at comedy differently because you don't really laugh at half the stuff you're looking at.
Yeah, it really fucks the experience up because now I find myself watching people's sets and I tend to, like, I know what joke is coming up. I can't even be surprised. I'm like, okay, I can see where they're going with that one. I can't even
Hmm.
just sit and enjoy the show because I'm like, it doesn't stop after that.
Okay.
I wish
Look, I
I
got
could
a
enjoy it.
question. I got a question from one of the Facebooks. Hey Ron Smith, how are you? Hey
What's up, Ron?
Ron. So his question is, where do you get your material from and is family off limits?
Fuck no, family is not off limits. I got a joke about my mama friend that's trying to fuck me, and my mama hate that I use her real name, and I'm like, it don't work if I don't use her lady name. It's so funny. And most of my material comes from like stupid thoughts I have, or like real shit. I might embellish it a little bit, but something like my life is really crazy as hell. So sometimes I just tell stories that actually happen.
I said,
Yeah,
fuck no, it's not off limits. Well, look, when it come to when it come to comedy, ain't nothing off limits. Look,
nah.
everything is fair game. I'm sorry. Everything is fair game. So you have to get it how you live. That's
Yeah. Like, great quote somebody said. It said sometimes, well, it's like sometimes the funniest shit to say is mean, but I'm
mm-hmm.
not trying to be mean. I'm saying it because it's funny. So it's just like a lot of people misunderstand that shit when they watch comedy. They feel like it's gotta make you feel good. I think the best comedians make you think, even
Mm-hmm.
if it's a shit joke, it still make you think about life and question your morals. I like when I can make somebody laugh at some shit they're not supposed to laugh at, or they feel like they're not supposed to laugh at, and then they
Yeah.
cover their mouth. That's my favorite shit. Love it. Mostly
And
white
you're
niggas.
the times I have seen you, I don't know how many times I've seen you perform, but the times I've seen you perform, your crowd control is awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
The crowd
I
control
used
is
to preach when I was like 7.
mm-hmm.
I used to like
Yeah.
go and do sermons at church and shit. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been on stage for a long time, just being in front of people. My mom used to look at me crazy. She's like, "How can you do that at such a young age?" I'm like, "I don't know, because I don't like attention like that." You know what I'm saying? But just being
Right.
on stage, it's a different type of thing. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, when I be on stage, my first thought is I'm ready to go home.
But you just want to go to sleep.
I just want to go to sleep.
You at home right now. You like, I want to go home.
Listen, looking
I
at the
feel it.
bed, like soon as this interview over with, I'm hopping in that thing.
I'm surprised you're not doing it from your couch.
I will though.
And I wouldn't be mad
You
at it.
know I
Shit, I wouldn't be mad
will. You know I will, man. So, is there a comedy club or city that you would like to perform at that you haven't performed at yet?
I wanna get my ass kicked in New York. So like they're really harsh. So I want to
Yeah.
experience this because that's really that that makes you a different type of monster if you can go in. and Rock and Crowd in New York. And I've never been, but I study this shit a lot, so I see what it's like. But I want to experience that. Got a lot of
Okay.
partners who've done it. So New York for sure. I would say LA, but I don't really care too much about Hollywood like that.
Okay. Okay. So speaking of studying, who do you study?
Um, shit. Dave, obviously. Eddie Murphy, I'm a big Eddie Murphy fan. I like to
Hmm.
look at older cats. Weird people too, like Lewis Black. Like you probably won't hear a black dude say, "Oh, I like Lewis Black," but he's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. There's a guy named Razio Vance, Vincent Bryant. Shit. Even the homies I do with like Trey Mack, Scooby. Like I look at,
Hmm.
I get inspired by the homies too, because they just everybody's so good at what they do, and it's just like I'm just waiting for one of these niggas to get famous. Because I'm like, I don't know how this shit ain't happened yet, but
Hmm.
that's where a lot of my inspiration comes from. My friends that do this shit.
Hey, Mask, how are you?
What's up,
Thank
my
y'all
boy?
everybody for tuning in. I got look Theeee Mark
You making me feel
Pugh.
like Meg Thee Stallion. Why you know like a bad bitch? That's what's up.
I got Mark Pugh. He's a resident of Austin, Texas now. He the moving. He out here elevating or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He walking the streets. Next time I'm in Austin, though, I'm gonna make sure I hit you up. I haven't been to Austin in a hot minute because I'm usually down there for some battle rap stuff or whatever. So you need to
Yeah,
check them out too. I don't know when they got another event coming up, but if they got an event, I'm usually
for sure.
down
Put
there.
me on.
Yeah,
Let me
for,
know,
for
and I'll
sure.
pull up for
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Um,
sure. Yeah.
so do you have any advice for comedians that are starting out?
Get on stage as much as possible. Whoever, whatever makes you laugh, let that shit inspire you. You don't have to try to be like your favorite comic if that's not your style. You can still have your favorite comic and study other people. Study everything and get on stage. Watch
Hmm.
any kind of comedy, all the comedy you can, and focus on being funny first, not important. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that want to be important first. You gotta be funny.
No, it don't work like that. It don't work like
Mm-mm.
that. It don't work like that. So what do you do to work on your craft every day?
If I'm not hitting the stage, I'm usually watching a documentary or interview. I watch interviews, documentaries, specials, 30-minute special, 15-minute special, hour special.
Hmm.
I kind of try to find who I like and what type of stuff I like and just indulge in it. I have so many videos on my hard drive that I just rip from like YouTube and shit. I just videos I
Hmm.
go back. I kind of study like homework, and it's I don't know, but the best teacher is really the stage. You know, so you
Yeah,
find out what works
absolutely,
for you. You know, and it's
absolutely.
always a process of figuring out what works. It never goes away. People are like, man,
Yeah.
I can't wait till I can't bomb no more. You will bomb. Even if you get great, you will bomb sometime. The thing is to
Oh
learn how
yeah.
to recover, you know, shit like that. But yeah, the best thing is to hit the stages as much as you can. When I first started back for real, I went and I tried to find any place with a microphone. Like I go to an open mic night and they were just doing music. And I just asked them like, you mind if I just like talk some shit on the mic? They were like, go ahead. And then it was just like from then they started doing comedy because they just had such a great time. They had a break from niggas playing on banjos and guitars and shit. It was like, okay, they had some entertainment other than people trying to live out a failed music career. So it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I was the youngest person in there and the blackest, but it was fun. Go find a mic. My partner, Clyde, this motherfucker here is such. He the most tenacious person I know in this comedy shit that I know personally.
Mhm.
And probably even out of famous people too. He went and bought a microphone and a little boom box and shit. We used to go to skate parks and just do comedy, and nobody asked for it. We just go outside and turn the mic on and shit. So,
Mhm.
like, if you want it, you'll find a way to do it. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Mm.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, I definitely, most definitely. Oh, go ahead and give us your social media stuff so we can follow you on social
Yeah.
media.
Everything is Mark Pugh Jr. with JR. Instagram is MarkPughJr. Facebook is just Mark Pugh. But it's two on because my dad now
You froze up.
Oh shit.
You
My
you
bad.
froze up. Start
I was
over.
getting
You
a
froze
phone call.
up. Oh,
Damn. Am I back?
yeah. You back.
Goddamn.
Give us your social media info again. Okay. I don't know what. Okay. Did he hop on again? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay.
Ah, yeah. But yo, I don't know what I was saying. I was like, yeah, it's two Mark Pugh. I'm the one that don't look like an old ass man. Yeah, that's my dad.
Give us the info one more time in case somebody didn't catch it.
MarkPughJr on Instagram and wherever else. I think I got a Twitter, but I don't use that bitch that much. But I'm mostly active on Instagram. And you can catch me on Facebook at MarkPugh. Again, not the old dude, but the nigga that look like me. Look for him.
All right, y'all. So thank y'all so once again. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is day two of it. This is the second day I done gave y'all a nice interview from a talented person. So don't ask me for nothing else for the rest of the week, okay? So
You need
this
a,
is the part, huh?
you need a day off. You work
I
too
just,
hard.
look. I don't even want. I don't think people see. I don't think people understand that.
They don't. They don't
You know,
respect your advancement.
I don't be posting about it. So, you know, people don't really know how hard I be over here grinding daily,
Yeah, I don't.
daily. So
Yeah.
this is the part of the this is the end of the interview. So this is the
Okay.
part where I let my guests loose to give out whatever type of advice, motivation, or whatever you want to say. It's about to be on you. So y'all don't forget, continue to follow me on all my social media platforms. I'm on KHAM Radio every Wednesday. I could possibly
Yeah.
be on some more platforms soon. If I say
Big
yes, maybe we'll see how that go. So I appreciate all the love and motivation, and I'm about to let Mark Pugh do his thing.
Oh yeah. I do. I want to say thank you, Ron, real quick for inviting me on and letting me talk some shit for a minute. As far as motivation goes, man, if you love something, keep doing that shit. Sometimes you ain't gonna have the motivation, but let the fact that you ain't made it yet be your motivation. I don't know how to end this shit, but I don't know. Stop having kids. You got too many already. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you need to hear that shit. Probably talking to myself. Um, and don't let these kids fuck your dreams up. And stop eating coochie without a nipple down. Y'all have a good night.